And we're walking.
Hey, I'm trying to change your life, you fuck.
He's there. He talks him through. So he's going through some stuff, and I'm like, we can't be taking me over. No, seriously, we'll take care of you. We'll like do whatever you like. We'll shut it down. You come in just by yourself, like no people. He goes, no. So like 2 minutes, but it was like one of the warmest conversations I've had with a mega superstar that literally is like Elvis around the world. And he shook my hand, stopped what he was doing.
My dad never gets it. He called my dad sir. He was so polite. I said, oh, Sonny.
과거 스토리K 채널에서 손흥민 선수를 만나고 영상을 통해 전해드린 말이 있습니다. 그는 카메라가 켜졌을 때와 꺼졌을 때 그냥 똑같은 사람이었고 눈에 보이는 사람들의 나이, 직업, 유명세 무엇이든 상관없이 가장 낮은 자세로 대하고 웃으면서 농담하는 사람이란 내용이었습니다. 그냥 좋은 사람 정도가 아니라 어떻게 저렇게 살 수 있을까 신기할 정도였고 당시 저희가 참여한 행사는 시간도 상당히 길었기에 처음부터 끝까지 진심으로 웃고 있는 모습에 솔직히 조금의 충격을 받기도 했습니다. 이벤트에 참여한 스토리K 사람들이 오히려 지쳐서 표정 관리도 안 되고 빨리 집에 가서 눕고 싶다는 생각이 들 만큼 기빨리는 현장이었기 때문입니다. 일부 스포츠 스타들이 조금은 예민해 보이는 것이 어쩌면 당연할지도 모른다는 생각이 들었었고 매일을 그렇게 살고 있는 손흥민의 15년은 축구 이상으로 치열했구나를 정말 뼈저리게 느꼈었습니다. 그리고 동시에 든 생각은 이 사람에게 대한민국 대표팀 캡틴이란 명함이 주어진 것이 한국 축구팬의 한 명으로서 자랑스럽다는 마음이었습니다. 이 사람이 세계 어디에서 누굴 만나든 한국의 대표로 소개된다는 것에 한 점의 불안감도 없이 그저 자랑스럽다였습니다. 선입견이란 세계 어디서나 강력하고 자신이 본 특정 나라의 사람을 통해 그 나라 사람들은 그렇구나라는 일반화는 만국 공통입니다. 손흥민에 대해 말하는 전 세계 모든 선수나 관계자들은 좋은 선수 이후에 약속이나 한 듯 좋은 사람이란 말을 덧붙이고 어릴 때는 국위선양 같은 단어가 너무 무겁고 체감도 되지 않았지만 손흥민이란 선수를 통해 국가대표란 무엇인지 같은 나라에서 태어났다는 이유 하나만으로 자랑스럽다는 감정이 왜 생기는 것인지 조금은 알 수 있게 되었습니다. 저 또한 세계 어딜 가든 축구 이야기가 혹시 시작되고 한국에서 왔다고 하면 조건 반사적으로 쏜이란 대답이 돌아오며 이미 상대가 그에 대해 좋은 말을 할 것이란 걸 100% 알고 있습니다. 이제는 당연한 상황으로 느껴질 정도이고 만약 우리의 대표가 세계적인 악동이었다면 분명 정반대의 세계관이 나타났을 것입니다. 그리고 다음에 보실 영상에는 한국인인 저나 미국인이나 영국인이나 손흥민을 실제로 만나는 사람들이 정말 한결같이 말하는 감정의 색깔이 고스란히 담겨 있습니다. 그는 득점 왕급 축구 선수 이전에 좋은 슈퍼스타의 교과서 같은 존재입니다.
No, you teased it on the post-game show. You met one of the most important players on LAFC. Was it Nathan Ordaz?
I said hello to Nathan Ordaz. I did, and I want to apologize to Nathan. You were not the story I was going to tell, but it was good to see him. Always good to see some guys that I've seen around. You're wondering why I'm able to tell this story. For you that maybe is a new listener, I did work for the club before they came onto the scene, and I was there for a couple years as they started as a club. So I do know some people there. I have been to training, and basically my job there was the digital voice of LAFC. So my days were spent literally at the training facility throughout most of the day. Then we would interview players, and then I'd go either write something or we do a podcast, whatever. So I have been there lots. Please do not just show up to the training facility and think that this will happen to you. Like, do not do it. I had the week off, as you guys know, so I decided to go there. I hadn't been in like 2 years, so I went, and it was media day. So Steve, that's the day where Steve and all the guys come out and they chat to the media. But when I was there, I hung out with another celebrity, head of security, Paul. This is the person that you see that runs team security. He's always with Hwanga. Back in the day, he was with Carlos Vela, Gareth Bale, Giorgio Chiellini. And then, lately, he's been spending a lot of time with one particular player that's very famous that needs like a lot of, extra attention. He's been spending a lot of time with Sonny, and I was standing at the front, and I was just standing chatting with Paul. And at one point he said, "Hey, come to the back here." And that means the meal room. And I said, Paul, I'm not really hungry. I've eaten at that meal room many times. It's actually one of the better meal rooms I've ever eaten in. But I was like, I'm not that hungry. He goes, no, come on, just come back here. Okay.
He was like, take a fucking hint.
I'll go back there. And we're walking.
Hey, I'm trying to change your life, you fuck.
Right, and we're walking. At this point, I can see Steve and Ante are over there finishing their lunch and they're chatting. I can see Sergi Palencia is like on his phone. He's chatting. I see Sonny. He's at the far corner with Christian, who is the team administrator. He's basically the guy that like when these guys get their visas or need their driver's license, he's there. He talks them through it. So he's going through some stuff, and I'm like, we can't be taking me over there. And he goes, hey, we're gonna go say hi to Christian. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna say hi to Christian, but like the guy's gonna be right there. And immediately when we walk up, Paul goes, "Hey, Sonny, I want you to meet my friend. He's kind of a big deal." And he stood up, he shook my hand, stopped what he was doing, shook my hand. When Paul said, "Hey, he's kind of a big deal," he said, "Oh, really? Why?" He said, "Well, he used to work here, so he left us, so he doesn't need us anymore." And Sonny laughed, thought that was funny, which he must have a great sense of humor to laugh at something like that. But then immediately looked at me, goes, "What do you do now?" And I said, "Well, funny you should ask. I work at this place called Cosm." He said, "Well, what is that?" And I explained to him what Cosm is with the screen. I said, "Hey, look, you come there and watch Spurs games." He goes, "Oh, really? That's cool." So it's like and he's literally asking me questions like, "So what's it like?" I'm like, "It's like a big dome. It's huge. Everything's on there. It's almost like you're there." And he goes, "Wow, that's amazing." And I said, "Do you like movies?" And he said, "Yeah, I love movies." What do you think about The Matrix? Are you a Matrix fan?" He goes, "No way." I go, "Yeah, we play The Matrix there if you ever want to come see The Matrix." And he says verbatim to me, "If you invite me, I will go." And I'm like, "No, seriously, we'll take care of you. We'll like do whatever you like. We'll shut it down. You come in just by yourself, like no people." He goes, No. You invite me, I'll go. I'll be there." And then shook my hands, said, "Great to meet you." And that was it. And that was literally the space of like 2 minutes, but it was like one of the warmest conversations I've had with a mega superstar that literally is like Elvis around the world. And he was just a normal like person, which was incredible.
I have a couple of questions, and they're important
Okay.
ones. The first one is, do you think you could mastermind this into a real friendship? Because he's in a new city, he needs friends, and you don't always want to only hang out with your coworker.
But you say mastermind like it's a bad thing. Like that would just be good for everybody.
Yes, but you will be manipulating it to become his friend.
Yeah, it would be, to be
Is
clear,
that
be
different than just
facilitated
making
by
a friend? Like that's what friendship is. You
Yes, but
try to become their friend.
Yes, I'm trying to become friends with a very famous person that I love.
Yeah, the only way to facilitate it would be by me like giving him nice tickets to Cosm.
Sure.
So you can
Okay.
say what level of friendship that is, but yeah, he's probably my best friend now.
Okay, great. So you're best friends with him. Second question: are his hands soft or rough?
They're soft.
I knew it. I knew they were soft. And 3, is he as beautiful in person? Like looking into his eyes, were you taken by him?
Yes, he was perfectly put together. A lot of the guys after training will eat in their training gear. Not him. Can tell he went and got a shower, got dressed, wearing a very cool sweater and some sharp pants. Smelled very nice, but not too nice. We've had this conversation. Some of the guys lay it on a little heavy, just the right amount. So
Denny
a gentleman,
Mwanga.
he's there. I believe he was having some tacos. It was not like I'm standing there and he's just like, yeah.
I couldn't care less. I love Sonny.
Oh, that's right.
You know, that picture that come up on there with me, my dad and him, it was my dad's birthday at when we was in the
Yeah,
Champions
because
League
we
at
was
Wembley.
watching the video on the screen here,
Yeah.
but obviously people listening on the radio ain't going to see that. But that video was very good.
Yeah, if you see the video, there's a picture of me, my dad and son. And my dad never gets it. He called my dad Sir. He was so polite. So I said, "Oh, Sonny, you can have a picture, please." It's my dad's birthday. He said, "Oh, happy birthday, sir." He was just so
Lovely,
nice.
yeah.
Brilliant.
Looking in a different direction. He is having a conversation with me, body turn, body language. Like he's like, "Great to meet you." And then when I say like, "It's very nice to meet you too," he was sincere, shook my hand again. And it was like, and I walked off with Paul and I waited till we got like far enough away. And I was like, that was probably like the fucking coolest thing that's ever happened. He goes, "You're welcome. I just wanted you." He's like, "I just wanted you to meet him real quick because he really is that great of a guy." And so that was honestly not planned. I did not go there expecting that at all. And to be able to do that, one speaks to, again, Paul being pretty awesome. But Paul knowing that like Sonny is legit and is not like, he's wants to meet people, enjoys this city. Like he's a nice person and he's a real person that also just happens to be adored by millions and millions of people and probably cannot like, I'll tell you this. I've been to training many times when Gareth was there, Giorgio was there. There was the most people I've seen waiting at the top of the ramp, waiting for autographs, waiting for players to come out, just waiting to hopefully catch a glimpse. And I asked them, I said, "Wow, is it like this?" And they go, "Every day, and this is a small crowd. There's normally more people every day." So like, if you're thinking like, "Oh, it's not a big deal," I mean, that's what like teams like Real Madrid, Juventus. That's the type of thing that happens at their training facilities.
펠레나 마라도나가 나타난 것도 아닌데 밥 먹다 말고 일어나 악수하고 자연스럽게 무슨 일을 하세요라고 묻고 자신이 아는 대화 주제가 나오면 강한 액션과 함께 정말요라고 되묻고 호응하며 유머를 던지는 모습은 제가 본 그대로이고 언어만 영어로 진행되었을 것입니다. 그는 영구광을 만나거나 어른 팬을 만나거나 똑같이 허리 숙여 인사하는 사람이고 정확히 자기가 보고 배운 그대로입니다.
이거는 좀 축구에 대한 얘기는 아닌데 변은 익을수록 고개를 숙인다라는 말을 저한테 가장 많이 해주신 것 같아요. 저는 아직도 최고의 위치에 있다라고 생각을 하질 않아요. 그렇기 때문에 남들보다 더 고개 숙여야 되고 또 많은 분들이 제 이름을 많이 거론하시다시피 제 이름을 많이 거론을 하실수록 제 고개는 더 숙여야 된다고 저는 생각을 하거든요.
그를 모르는 사람은 영구광 앞에서 너무 허리를 숙였다고 말했지만 원래 어른들을 그렇게 대한 사람이었고 모르는 아저씨까지 극진히 호칭하는 사람이며 함부르크가 보낸 기사님에게 눈길을 띄어가 허리 숙여 인사하던 아버지의 모습과 닮아 있습니다. 축구 선수가 축구만 잘하면 되지 왜 사람으로서도 모범이 되어야 해라 묻는다면 가장 큰 이유는 그들은 아이들의 롤모델이기 때문입니다. 또한 좋은 사람은 타인에게 나도 좋은 사람이 되고 싶다라는 전염성을 가지고 있기 때문입니다. 전 세계의 아이들이 거만하고 이기적인 스타만을 보게 되면 어떤 방식으로 살아도 직업에서 성공만 하면 박수 받는다는 선입견을 가질 수 있고 반대로 좋은 사람이 존중받으며 자기 일을 하는 모습이 더 멋지다는 생각을 품게 된다면 당연히 작은 미래엔 차이가 발생합니다. 결국 스타의 성향은 미래의 수많은 사람들의 성격에 영향을 줄 수 있는 제법 거대한 주제의 이야기입니다. 그런 의미에서 손흥민은 스타 선수들에게 완벽한 교과서이고 그의 성향은 축구계에서 가장 존중받는 사람 중 하나로 만든 원동력입니다. 순수한 팬으로 돌아와 말하자면 다행인 것은 그는 직업의 특성상 수많은 사람을 매일 스쳐가고 항상 웃어야 하지만 절대 억지로 그 일을 하고 있어 보이진 않았던 부분입니다. LAFC 보안팀장님의 말처럼 그는 그냥 사람을 좋아하고 원래 잘 웃고 다수의 사람에게 둘러싸여 있다고 기가 빨리는 유형도 아닌 것으로 보여집니다. 수만 관중 앞에서 더 빛을 내는 프로축구 선수로서 선천적인 재능 중 하나가 성격으로 보여지고 다수의 목소리에서 불편함보다 긍정적인 에너지를 끌어당기는 타입입니다. 결국 건강한 응원을 15년 받은 선수의 마지막 대사는 언제나 보답하겠다였고 처음엔 일부의 한국 팬들이었지만 점진적으로 팬덤의 규모는 거대해졌고 이제는 국제적인 성격까지 보이고 있습니다. 손흥민을 엘비스 프레슬리 같은 메가 슈퍼스타라고 표현하는 순간 이미 그의 국적도 소속팀도 중요하지 않고 그냥 소니로 존재하고 있습니다. 제 채널의 제목에는 축구와 인문학이 동시에 적혀 있고 가끔 추상적인 설명으로 퉁치는 영상들도 있고 어느 날은 축구만 말하기도 하지만 단순하게 손흥민의 축구와 경기장 밖 모습을 조합하면 제 채널 제목이 가장 직관적으로 설명된다고 생각합니다. 어떤 선수가 되어야 할까와 어떤 사람으로 살아가야 할까를 가장 간결하게 표현하고 있는 선수이기 때문입니다. 사람 없는 축구란 없고 결국 이 모든 이야기의 핵심은 그 90분을 통해 우리가 무엇을 느끼고 있을까입니다. 손흥민은 우리에게 득점뿐 아니라 웃는 하루가 더 즐겁다는 정말 단순하지만 삶의 진리를 보여주고 있습니다. 궁극의 인문학이란 결국 타인을 해하지 않는 바탕에서 행복 추구라는 근본의 해답이 있습니다.